What's going on, man? All right, listen, I don't have too much planned here in terms of how I want to approach this, but yeah, man, this has been an interesting week for me. I wanted to just kind of get on here and kind of share what's been going on. So I haven't recorded in a couple of weeks, but just kind of catch you guys up on a couple of things, but also just feel in my spirit to just to kind of share a little bit about what's been going on, but also to give an encouragement. So yeah, this week has been interesting and it made me just kind of reflect a lot. So right now I just recently had my dad's in the hospital, and my grandmother passed away literally the same exact day both things happened. So the reason I wanted to make this video is one, to kind of give you guys that update, but as I thought about those things, I've had a lot of people praying for me, a lot of people just kind of encouraging me. And I've just witnessed, I've just really just witnessed just God's scriptures really just come to life. I've really witnessed his community come to life. I've just witnessed the Bible really come to life. I think sometimes it's easy to read the scripture, and I probably won't edit this video. I'm probably just gonna do it just the way you see it is the way that I'm gonna I'm gonna give it out. Yeah, well, I think when you read the scriptures, we're encouraged by it. We see the stories, we hear the stories, but man, when you have to live it out, it's a little bit different. Um, and this week, I've had my weekdays, I've had my strong days, but when I look at the scriptures, I look at Second Corinthians, and I have it pulled up here. It says, Second Corinthians chapter 12, verses 9 and 10. It says, "My grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weakness." And Paul, what he's doing here is reminding us that God's strength, it shows up when we're at our weakest. And this can encourage, men, to keep leading your families when you don't even feel strong. And I think that's what I've been sort of like leaning into this week, is when I'm not feeling my strongest, I'm not feeling too hot, you know what I mean? um I just seen God's grace just really surround me. He's just been sending so much encouragement, and at the same time I'm trying to be an encouragement to my own family, to my mom, my sister, so trying to be a leader, trying to stand strong in time, to trying to stand on faith in the midst of what's going on. I'm not gonna lie to you, man, it's difficult. But I've seen that verse really come to life, is that my grace is sufficient for you. And I've also seen, Psalm 46 come to life, that God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble. And I'll be honest with you, listen, I think that when our world is shaken, when things are happening, it's easy to default to a worst case scenario. It's easy to default to, woe is me kind of thing. It's easy to fall into that. It's easy to not see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's easy to see that, and that's pretty much been that this week, man, is not being able to see, I guess, hope, or not being able to see the good in a situation. And that was, really, first few days was pretty much that. And God has just been so faithful. And I think that's why, I really just encourage you guys to be in community, because I just had so many guys reach out with encouragement and prayers. And I've had just so much people praying for my family this week. And it hasn't been easy, but I've just seen God sustain. I've seen him give peace in just the craziest ways. That verse on the fact that he gives us peace that surpasses understanding, I've told people that so many times, but to feel that is just amazing. And I'm still wrestling. I still have my moments, but I am encouraged by the word. I'm encouraged by the community of brotherhood, of believers. And I really wanted to come on. I'm still living in it right now. So at the time, I'm not sure when you're watching this video, but currently, as I'm recording this, I'm living it still, because my father is still, kind of battling right now. But we're seeing some improvement, but it was difficult. He's still in the ICU, but to see God's hands, to hear him say, "Fear not, for I am with you." He's going to strengthen you. He will help us. He would help me. That's the direct encouragement for us, and I want to give that to you guys. Not sure what you're battling with, or what you're facing, or what you're kind of just wrestling with this week, or what you've been going through. I just want to tell you, man, it's it's possible to have God encourage you when you stay just in communion with him. I think about David when he's going through grief and he's going through struggles. He was just super honest with God about what he felt and what he was going through. And so to see him, how do I put this? To see David, and the scriptures leave it in there, to see David call out to God, and wonder where God is, and kind of wrestle with God, with his feelings, with his emotions. It's very encouraging to me, because it tells me that God isn't opposed to us praying to him, to reaching out to him, to calling out to him, to sharing our struggles, to sharing our concerns, to sharing our pain. And God isn't opposed to those things. And I think that was pretty much a very powerful encouragement for me this week. um when God came in flesh, and he came, and Jesus came onto the scene, it's the Bible tells us that Jesus himself felt what we feel. He was tempted in all ways, and he himself stood before the Father, and he's like, if there be any other way. So we see Jesus' transparency with how he felt. So I'm giving that, man, is just as I'm living it. I felt like this would be a good time to really just share that, because as I'm living it, it's still kind of raw. It's still kind of real for me right now. Um, just want to give that to you guys. Like, listen, stay the course, because I think oftentimes it's easy. It's easy to just set God aside, or even be angry with God when certain circumstances like this. But I have seen, man, I've like tangibly just seen God really just hold my heart, hold my spirit, hold my mental, my mind in his hand, in his loving hand during this season. You see it in the scriptures, man. Like, I think about Joseph, for example. He was betrayed by his brothers, he was falsely accused, he was in prison, like he was just going through. And so around his personal life, like, he was just in it, he was in the thick of it. And he was suffering so many times, but you see him still maintain leadership, and still maintain integrity, and still maintain a posture of prayer, a posture of seeking God, and a posture of, I'm not going to um disregard God, I'm not going to give up on God just because I'm facing a difficult circumstance. And I think that's what we see in Joseph. And I'll be honest with you guys, so I think that that's really our call. It's not that somehow there's no pain. It's not that somehow we magically just don't feel pain. No, but we see, I think about my time in the Marine Corps, I'll give that as an example as I'm trying to explain this. Whenever we're running for miles or going through, like, just tiredness, weariness, man, there was always, we would always kind of just back each other up. So, like, if I'm feeling weak, man, you got another guy just pushing me along, like, keep it going. And vice versa. When there was another guy, if he's feeling weak or he's feeling tired, it's like, brother, let's just keep going. Let's get to the end. We got this. So it didn't negate or take away, or didn't somehow change the tiredness or the weariness. It didn't. But what it did do is it just helped you keep going. And I think that living this out in real time for you guys is something that I wanted to just share with you, just from a transparent position. So, listen, I don't know what God's plan is, for my family. We've had just a difficult week, but I've seen his hand in so many ways, and that just encourages me to stay the course and to trust him for the results. And so yeah, man, I like I said, I wanted to come on here to give you that encouragement, because I know that if I'm feeling this, when you're thinking about trying to lead your home, lead your family, and be a good example to your kids, to your wife, and but you got things going on, like it's hard. It's hard to stay positive sometimes. It's hard to feel strong. And it has just been such a beautiful thing to see God just really uplift and just really just send me strength when I needed it. Like a random text, right? And at a moment that I needed it, an opportunity for me to encourage or just be a light, or him just kind of stirred in my spirit, like speak positivity in this moment, or whatever. Like it would just be like these moments, these little pockets of moments that would come up, and that's been the encouragement. That's been what's been keeping me moving forward. So listen, leadership isn't perfect, isn't always perfect. Being a leader doesn't mean that you're exempt from all things being difficult. But guys, that's why I think so much about what I talk about here. It's about being in community. Because when things get difficult, you gotta be in brotherhood. You gotta be in brotherhood, because in a brotherhood community, because that's what God uses. I've seen it in my own life, and I saw it this week. So I'll be praying for you guys, and I pray that this message just encourages you, in whatever you may be going through. So all right, guys, now listen, my I don't promise to make another video right away, but my promise is to keep you guys updated as to what's been going on. And I'll keep just sharing. I'll keep sharing, but I'm gonna soon we'll get back into a rhythm again. But I want to just get this out there, because I just wanted to make sure that you guys know what was going on and what sort of the delay was in getting more content out. But I appreciate you guys subscribing, and I appreciate you guys staying with the channel. And listen, I will also continue to create the content for the course. It's our Patreon is live, so I'm excited about that. So I've been slowly just getting the content in there. But again, I just wanted to just be honest about what's been the delay with all this. But yeah, guys, listen, stay the course, stay in the Lord, and appreciate you guys staying with the channel. So all right, guys, love you guys, stay blessed.